Good morning, hockey fans. This is Stephen Heisler with HeisHockey.com, the Victorious Hockey Company, and the Junior Hockey Discussion Group on Facebook. Today is Monday, September 11, 2023. You are watching the Junior Hockey Morning Show. We are on the World Sports Broadcasting Network, WSBN.TV, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Hopefully this morning you are enjoying the weekend, coming back on Monday, and we're sitting pretty, getting ready for really our first full week of junior hockey. Most leagues are getting started this week. We'll be off to the races before you know it. But first, today's topic is misplaced loyalty. You can get the full text of this article on HeisHockey.com, but I'm going to go into most of it here today as well. Got a call over the weekend. Parent. Call went something like this. He's a 2003 that's been with her team for 2 years. And they just cut him, frantic parents said. He's been working every offseason. He's been to every offseason workout. He's even offered to help paint the locker room. And they just gas him. Yes, Mom, that's going to happen from time to time. Loyalty is a one-way street for junior and college hockey these days. Coaches, they can fly the coop at any given time, no issues. Kids, when you sign an agreement and you commit to a team, you are committed to them, but they are not necessarily committed to you. That's why every single player that's within our group of Victorious Hockey, regardless of the situation, regardless of the circumstances, we always try to get them options A, B, and C. We always want to make sure there's a fallback plan just in case. Heck, even the professional teams have a hard time with that loyalty word these days. Coaches are flying the coop. Kids or players that have been there for years all of a sudden find themselves on the outside looking in. Players should always strive to be climbing up the next run on the developmental ladder, regardless of how much they love the community, the culture, or even being on the second line. But sometimes that level of loyalty is misguided, and the comfort is not what it should be. You should always be looking to strive. Never get too comfortable on this ladder of development. Always be prepared to be gone at a moment's notice. You have to work hard to keep the stall. And you have to work hard to get a chance to move up to kick somebody out of their stall. That's just the way it is. That's just the nature of the game. A few years back, we had a player that was pretty much everything in high school. Football, basketball, golf, track. If it was a sport, he excelled on it. It was probably all state in almost every sport. But his favorite game was hockey. And when he graduated from high school, instead of taking a full ride scholarship to play football, he decided, you know what, I'm going to focus on hockey for a little bit and see where that takes me. He goes up to Canada, does exceptionally well in his first time ever truly focusing on hockey. Became a team leader. Over the offseason, now he's 19 years old, about to enter his 20th year. He had an opportunity to go to the North American Hockey League. But along the way, his dream also was to go to the Air Force Academy. And he probably could have made that dream a reality if he had taken the opportunity to pursue a spot in the North American League. He decided against that, went back to his Canadian team where he was a leader, a captain, did very well in his last year, but Air Force was no longer interested because he wasn't in one of those top 3 leagues. So what got in the way of his dream? What got in the way of that possibility? loyalty. He became very loyal to that community, to that team, to that coach. And sometimes loyalty comes with consequences. That player had a very good D3 career, but looking back, I'll always think that he probably had a very good chance of getting to the Air Force Academy because everything about that young man screamed that type of character needed to get into one of the academies and to excel at one of those academies. That kid absolutely did it all. He was loyal to his coach. He was loyal to his team. And in the end, it cost him. I get loyalty, but players and sometimes even coaches must have someone willing to be on his team. Someone aside from parents and friends who's going to lay out the reality of that situation, regardless of the consequences. Players also must stay loyal to their own dreams and futures, even if those goals are moving targets. And when junior hockey's involved, college aspirations and goals, you know what? It does move along the way. You may think you want to be Division I, but if you're not playing for at least a year and a half in the NAHL, the USHL, or the BCHL, there's probably less than a 15% chance that you're going to make it to Division I, just the way it is. That 2003, at the beginning of the story, he still has a lot of options. If he wakes up from the disappointment of getting gassed and takes that slight and makes it into a motivator, there are teams still looking for players that can skate at that level, players that can make a difference. That player needs to be loyal to himself. Players, parents, coaches, I get it. Don't fall in love with that particular spot on the ladder of development. I don't care if you're coaching in the NAHL, the USHL, or if you're a player in the 3HL or Eastern Hockey League or that other non-sanctioned league. You're at 2005. Don't get comfortable. Don't take more than 2 bags to your billet house. 1 bag for your gear, 1 bag for your stuff. That's it. Always strive to be moving up that ladder. Please. Because if you don't, you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities. That's it for today. Short show for a Monday. We hope that you enjoy your